Going.
Alright, so now that you guys can see, we have the tongue jack up off the ground, so all of the weight now is centered on your hitch system. You can see now that rail hardly moves at all. That's what you want to see whenever you're fully hooked up and you guys get ready to go. Now before you ever go to disengage these saddles to take the chains off, you want to make sure and raise the front of the trailer up to take the weight off of the rails. So before you ever go to disconnect them, make sure that you can move it more than that. Okay, and we'll show you what I mean right now. Go ahead and run this back down. And again, raising the front is taking the pressure off of these rails and allow you to break these chains over easier. Now, we'll go ahead and we'll disconnect our slow control. You just pull the clip off of the front and the back. Take this handle to loosen it up. And you can pull that right off. And that's where we have your breakaway cable set up.
I see it.
We've
Yeah,
got it
thank
ran
you.
on the back side of the tongue, right in through here.
Mm-hmm.
And just draped onto that ball. And we can go ahead and leave that there for now. Now we're ready to go ahead and take our rails out. And both sides work the exact same way. You just pull your little keeper pin out there. Again, verify that you have the weight taken off so you can move them at least a little bit. There's going to have to be some tension on it with the type of truck that you guys have. And that's why you have this cheater bar here. Whenever you go to break these back over, just set that cheater bar on that on the back side's post. Bend it over.
Oh, look at that.
Handle. Break that back down. And you're okay to go ahead and disconnect your chains. And then to remove the rails, you have this small clip right here. And if you pull that straight back out, like so, pull it out just enough, just like that.
Okay.
Just enough to where you can get this rail out. Okay. And it helps if you pick up on the rail a little bit. You can kind of use your knee as a little bit of leverage. Pick up on the rail, pull the pin back. Wiggle it till it comes out.
Yeah.
Now, on that clip, they can be very fragile. It's just a thin piece of metal. Inside here, that pin in the top,
There's
this
a
one
keeper.
here, there's no keeper, but it has a taper to it. Okay, and what we've seen a lot of people do is they pull these out too far, and it causes that pin up top to fall out. Whenever they put it in, they're putting it in with the taper upside down. Normally, how it's sitting right now on the top is flat, and you have the taper on the bottom right here, and that's going to be what holds these rails in place. If you put it upside down, where the slope is on top and it's flat on bottom, it's allowing the rails to fall out. So just in case it ever happens and you have to put it in, make sure and put that taper back the same way. Follow me?
Okay.
Okay. If you guys do like we're telling you and only pulling it out just enough to get the rail to come out, it should never happen. But we just like for you to know. Okay? Alright. Now whenever you go to reinstall these rails, the hole on the bottom, you just line it up to the post on your rail and just give it a good shove to put it up into place. And once you get it in where it holds itself up, come out here and try and shake it just like that, just to verify that it is fully engaged.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next thing you do, you'll take your chains, and again your saddles are preset. You guys should never need to adjust those unless you get a different trailer. We're going to set you guys up with what we call 3 hanging. It means we got 3 links hanging on the chain, and we're hooked up on the 4th.
And what kind of a hitch is this?
This is a equalizer hitch.
Equalize. That's the E2 by chance?
This is not the E2, no.
Which one is this?
This one is just your regular standard Kurt equalizer hitch. This one doesn't have a fancy name like the E2.
Okay.
Or I guess you could call it a weight distribution hitch.
Gotcha.
So whenever you hook the chains back up, you hook them up on this part.
With 3 hanging.
3 hanging. However many you have hanging on one side have to have the same number hanging on the other side.
Okay. Right. Makes sense.
We'll go ahead and we'll try and set these up. Whenever you go to set them up, you want your chains to kind of hang nice and straight like that. You don't want them all balled and bunched up like so. You want to keep them as close as you can to that. If they get a little twisted, it's not going to hurt anything. Push it about as far as you can. And guys, this would definitely help you. Whenever you go camping, take 1 or 2 little blocks that are squares a little bit wider than the feet. It's going to help it to where you can raise the trailer up higher and take a little bit more tension off of this bar.
Okay. All right.
Since we're bottomed out already. Once you get that set up, just slowly break the saddle back over. Once you get right about there, and your chain sitting like that is not going to hurt anything.
And it's locked
It'll
in.
be okay.
Yeah.
And you just take your last keeper pin, slide that back through the saddle itself. About 1 clip should do it.
Gotcha.
And that should hold you in place. And then you're okay. And again, do the same thing with the other side. And then you're okay to go ahead and retract the front and start putting some weight on these.
What's this ball for?
That's where our sway control comes in.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Alright. Now we got all our weight off. We've got our breakaway cable draped around our sway ball here. We already got our safety chains and our 7-way plug over there hooked up.
Is this going to stay?
Yes.
Well, once this
Yes.
goes over the top
Oh,
of it,
okay. I see. Okay.
Now with this sway control, you guys never want to paint or lube this part up. You want that to stay just like it is and let it wear down naturally. Whenever you hook it up, you just match color to color. You go silver to silver and black to black.
Gotcha.
Silver, silver, black, black. Take each one of your keeper pins. They look a little bit different than the ones for the saddle. These are for the sway control.
Okay.
Throw one through the front and the side, like so. And the one on the back here, you always want to make sure and try and go from top to bottom if you can. That way it kind of minimizes the chance of that pin falling out.
Gotcha.
And once you get that all hooked up and locked on, this little adjustment bar here, you guys want to crank this down until right about there we're starting to get tension. You're going to give it maybe about that much more.
Half a turn. Gotcha.
Now, as you guys are going down the road, if you feel like the trailer's still swaying a whole lot back behind you, it takes a 3/4 inch wrench. You can turn this a quarter turn at a time in the more or less direction, whichever one you want, and that's going to allow this to stay stiffer. It's not going to allow the trailer to sway as much. Or if you turn it in the less direction, it allows the trailer to sway a little bit more. Okay, and that's something
Like NASCAR when they come and get.
exactly. Now, that'll just have to be something you guys play with. It's different for every person out there. So that's just how you do that. The biggest thing about this sway control, you cannot back up the truck and the trailer with this attached.
Because it tears it up?
Yep, this whole bar, you got to take your keeper pins out and pull this whole bar off before you go and back it up into a spot. Okay? Otherwise it bends and it breaks, or it pulls these bolts out of the frame right here.
Wow.
Okay, so just
So
always
if
make
you're
sure you
in a
take it back.
parking lot somewhere and you're getting gas and you got to back up a little bit, you got to stop and take it.
Now, if you guys are just backing straight up, you can usually leave it on, but if you have to do any kind of maneuvering,
Torquing.
yeah, then take it off.
Okay.
All right, and then after you had all this, of course, you would just hook up your safety chains and your 7-way plug, and you guys are all set.
And what about the torsion bar on the other side?
The torsion bar works the exact same way, set up the exact same as it was on this side.
Okay.
We just show you this one side because it's sway control.
Yeah.